guys, we're mounting somebody today, and we're going to talk about how we can control somebody in one of the best escaping positions, where it's if my partner turns to their side, starts to keep this elbow in, creates a nice frame. And a typical escape we'll do is when they frame on our knee and our hip, they shrimp away, they get a knee inside, and then they're either going to put us in half guard or some other form of a guard. But getting that knee in is the start of a really powerful escape. So when we're in the mount, we got to address anytime somebody gets an elbow inside my legs. We talked about last night being square, flat on our back. I would fight my partner's hands up to their face to get those elbows out from in between my knees. Whenever somebody turns to their side, this leg is super vulnerable, and if I don't react quick enough, he's going to be able to do just what I showed a second ago. So watch this little trick. If I'm here, if I sense my partner starting to turn to their side, I'm going to bring my leg up, and I don't know if you can see, I'm putting my foot right here on the quad. I'm using the bottom of my foot like a little monkey hand, and I'm grabbing around the quad. What I'm doing is I'm gluing and I'm stopping his knee from being able to come up to his chest. If he keeps that frame in, if I pinch my knees and keep that pressure, if he tries to shrimp and get that knee in, go ahead. It's very difficult. You'll feel it when your partner's doing it. And all this is to do, this is to slow down his ability to escape. It's not like a foolproof thing that I can trap somebody here forever, but it's definitely going to delay their escape. And in that moment that they're fighting for that, I'm going to go hand on the wrist. I'm going to start to push the wrist to the mat. When I get this wrist to the mat, notice the elbow starts to come out. If I can get that out right there, I'm in good shape. It's going to be difficult for him to do that escape. And now I'm going to start to join up on this arm. So I got two hands controlling this kind of arm, kind of come under the head. Got two hands controlling the arm. The position I want you to set up, our foot stays on the quad. I'm going to start to lift my partner's elbow up towards his ear, and I'm going to put my fist in his armpit. This is a painful position we call it putting him in the stocks. Once I get here, there's a lot of things I can do. Mainly I'm controlling. But guys, if you guys see, this is a very bad position. If I started really cranking this and he didn't move, it could make someone tap right here. It could hurt the shoulder, it could hurt the neck, but it's really just to put him in an uncomfortable position. We're going to use it to convince him to turn to his belly here in a second. But right now, we're starting in the mount. He's going to get his elbow in, he's going to turn to his side, and when he does, I put my foot and glue it to the top of his quad. While he's trying to shrimp, I want you to feel him trying to shrimp here. Realize how hard it is with the person on bottom. I'm going to fight the wrist to the mat and start to join it up with two hands, trying to bring the elbow up to his head. If I can get the elbow up, the lower the elbow is, the harder it is to put in the stocks. Just remember, I'm kind of working that elbow up, and then I can start to get my fist in this position. We know that we have to address the elbows that are inside of my thighs and not allow him to grab my hips in the way he wants, because that's how he's going to escape. And the longer you wait, the more likely they're going to escape. So the moment I feel them starting to turn, just a quick prevention is putting that foot in that spot. Because the other way we can defend this is if he starts to turn, we can go to the S mount. And this is good, but it's slower. So what I like to do, even if I was going to go to the S mount, as he goes, I put the foot there, and then I can start to get to there later. Does that make sense? We can always go there after. But he goes, he turns, I put the foot there. Now we're addressing that elbow. I get the elbow out. Keep this frame in front. Once I get here, if he's still wanting to engage in this battle, he's going to keep a frame in front of the hip. So when I get here, I start to put him in the stocks. I'm going to use it to convince him to bring his elbow across my belly. And the way I do that is with pain compliance. Just realize that if he doesn't want to tap right here, he's going to have to turn to his belly. And when I do this, always be gentle in practice, because you never know if your partner's going to know to turn, right? So when I get here, I'm just going to start stretching that and forcing his head forward. And to take the pressure off, he lets the elbow go across. That's what I was wanting, okay? The moment that happens, I'm gonna now trap that arm under me by getting my weight onto it. From here, just keeping that hand in the armpit, I bring my hand under his elbow. I'm gonna find his wrist. I'm gonna start to pull it in. From here, you can already see I'm starting to put him towards his belly. The next thing I'm gonna do is that foot that's on the thigh, I'm gonna stretch that leg backwards and hip in. And this is where it starts to get very uncomfortable, okay? From here, what I can do is I could choose to now go under his other arm and find this wrist. You guys see where we're going? I'm trying to get both wrists pulled in. Now, the only thing that he can really do to alleviate any pressure is a lot of times they're gonna try to build up to their knees when he does put the second hook in and flatten them back out. This is where we're trying to get. Completely belly down, flat. I got control of both arms. Now, when you get somebody here, we go to strangle them next. The key, the simple tip, is if you want to strangle them with one arm, you use the other arm first to turn their face. So if I want to choke them with my right arm, I take my left arm over, I turn their face sideways, and I lift their head. Then watch, I'm going to take my other arm and go elbow deep under the neck. Now that I have that, I can work to go to my full rear naked choke here. Or in a real pinch, I could just hug here and finish with a double elbow grip. You guys see? Basically, if you get somebody here, basically any way you kind of want to choke them, you can choke them. They're like, it's going to all work. But I like to show getting to the full rear naked choke and putting somebody all the way down to their belly, flatten them out completely, because this is like the epitome of the most, this is the pinnacle of jiu-jitsu, right here, this move. This is the worst possible place this person could ever be in a fight. So, rather than when my partner turns to their side and pulling them on top of me and trying to attack their back, this is another way to go about it. And this way is better for fighting, because I just want to keep weight on them. I want to keep them under all that pressure. It's miserable. You'll feel it when you're in personal bottom. This is miserable. But that's why it works so well. So when your partner turns, you put that foot there, you get that elbow out, you put him in the stocks. I'm now going to force him forward here and start to drop low, catch the first wrist, buckle it. I'm keeping heavy here. I got the first hook in. A lot of times you can just pressure into him and they'll raise that hip, and I'll put the second hook in. I didn't need to go to this arm yet. But if he starts to try to build up here, I find it, I buckle it. So now we got both arms buckled, completely flattened. Which arm do you want to choke with? I want to choke with my left this time. So the right arm comes, turns the head, and lifts the chin as I penetrate the second arm, go rear naked choke. Does that make sense? If you're new, we'll work into it. Let's see if we can get, yeah, ready.